I traveled to Tibet when I was 16 and learned Dzogchen, the highest teaching of Bon Buddhism, the oldest religion in the world. About 20,000 years old, older than the ones that they teach you in school are the oldest, which is 6,000 years. The beginning agriculture. Agriculture actually started in Southeast Asia and spread west from there. And the Bon was first taught as shamanism. It became Shinto animism in Japan and Southeast Asia. And then later the Sutric teachings, the monastic ways were spread. And then Dzogchen came eventually, which wasn't supposed to be taught until end times. So apparently someone thought it was end times, ancient China, and they, because it became Chen in China and then Zen in Japan. Today they're Shin Buddhist. I also went to Japan on a family vacation. It was interesting, very, very nice. I went to Kyoto, Tokyo. I went to Hiroshima. I saw the museum with wax figures and hair fried and skin melting off of them. And then one time I went to Cambodia and saw the killing fields where a communist dictator took over. Stacks of skulls everywhere. Communism is a funny thing. There's a lot of factors involved. I think a lot of it has to do with an overnight sexual liberation and drug revolution. Things you don't normally hear about, and they all want to rely off the system, and they start printing out money. There's inflation and starvation, and return to cannibalism, which is actually more prevalent in history than you would think. As many people know, the history books say that we killed all the natives because they were savages, and I think we ate them too because it was, with nothing to eat, away from the established agricultural systems of Europe. But I think that's how we made it through the winter too. You'd eat your offspring and make more. And after the Industrial Revolution, it just became a habit of the rich. And in the 80s, they started eating clones, and all the food is cloned. It's lab made. All the processed food, all the stuff in the center aisles of the grocery store is lab made. Around the edges, it's natural produce and livestock. But it's neutral karma. You get good karma for eating, grass-fed, massage-raised beef. That stuff's delicious. You actually get good karma for eating it. The animals treated right. But yeah, at restaurants, you're eating lab-made food, and that's why they have farm-to-table restaurants. It's on the back of Lay's. They saying bone-faced type farm-grown potatoes. Well, what is that? What is that opposed to? That's when it kind of dawned on me. And then I actually saw a newspaper article when I was in the hospital. It's talking about them arguing over what's real meat, whether lab-made meat is real meat. And like Jim Carrey, he came out recently and said that Hollywood tycoons like to eat a whole baby for Christmas dinner. And Macaulay Culkin said they like to make shoes out of children they murder. Yeah. And back to the Bon. Yeah, Dzogchen is the highest teaching of the Bon, the oldest religion. I'm initiated into that order. It's called the Zhongjun Nangyu. It goes back to the first Buddha on earth, Danpo Shenrab, and then on back into the dream world of the Buddhas, the original Buddha, Kunta Zangpo. Started from him. Chao Chen Okar, who is Eve. Kunta Zangpo is Lucifer, his wife is Lilith. The father of Adam. And there's 9 people in the mind-to-mind lineage of Dzogchen. Before it was ever spoken or even written down or even spoken, it was transmitted from heart to heart. And these 9 Buddhas who formed the Council of 9. You can look up the Council of 9 in New Age literature. The guy who made Star Trek was talking to them. And then there's the Intergalactic Confederation of Worlds and the Galactic Federation of Light, which we'll be entering soon. We're just waiting until we're ready and clear our karma. Because we'd all go nuts. We'd all go communist if we realized that, miracles are real, God's real. We'd all go nuts. Wouldn't show up to school and work. Society would break down, and we'd be right back to eating each other. Just like if you took the song Imagine by John Lennon, literally no country, no heaven, no hell, no possession, just be running around naked eating each other. That's why marijuana wasn't legalized outright in the 70s, because the communist threat is real, and it's not from Russia, it's from within. That's why we fought the war in Vietnam, to preserve capitalism. People found what communism was really about. The whole world would fall to it, having sex with children, doing drugs. Like, oh, we can just do that, and they overthrow the government with an angry mob, and then you get mob rule, fascism. That's why we carpet bombed Cambodia. More bombs were dropped on there than in any U.S. war combined. We've all been in war ever since we started. And yeah, China took over Tibet in the 50s, which was good because the whole world would have fell to Lamaism. They were still agricultural and highly spiritual and performing miracles. Materialism would have fell if China didn't conquer Tibet, globalize them, make them worldly. And now we have the Dzogchen teachings on Amazon.com, and it was a good thing. That's what I'd like to say for now.